Hey everybody, this is Nemo and welcome to day 6 of the Prestashop 101 series. Hot day today because we will be discussing a really hot topic, which is modules. And you certainly came across this term even if you just started using Prestashop. So what are modules? Well, in Prestashop, they are basically like plugins. So it's like WordPress plugins, or if you're a former Magento user, extensions, or again, plugins for OpenCart, Joomla, and so on. Basically, they add new functionalities to the base software from new payment methods, or in that case, we talk about payment modules, to blocks displaying any kind of text you like, to again, more advanced functionalities like, for example, custom search engines, loyalty, and reward programs, and so on. Now that we know this, let's see where we can find modules inside our shop. Given that almost everything in the front office is displayed by a module, the slider here, or CMS blocks down here, Facebook, the top menu as well, etc. We want to know where we can see the list of available modules and, of course, configure them. So, in the back office here, simply click Modules. And this is the Modules page. So, starting from the top, well, we have confirmations in this case because the image slider has been upgraded for some reason automatically. Then we have warnings, statistics, and then notices, in this case about available upgrades for modules. Warnings are generally about modules that need to be configured in order to be used. As you can see here, for example, we have the bank wire, which has been left blank, and it has to contain information in order to be properly used by customers. And well, of course, statistics are just, for statistics maniacs, not that you really need to know how many modules you have installed. Well, maybe if you want to know about your web shop performance, in that case, might be useful. And as I said, notices about modules that may need an upgrade, or for which an upgrade is available. Then, scrolling down, let's have a look at the modules list. As you can see here, there are so many modules available, and some of them are installed already, like for example these ones. Some of them are ready to install immediately, and they have, in this case, the green install button, and it means they're immediately available for free. And some others, let's see if I can find some, like this one, have a price. These are paid extensions you can buy from the official add-on store. So if I click here on the price, I should be taken to the add-on store page where it's possible to buy it. But of course, I will not. And since there are so many, as I said, we need some way to quickly scrub through them and find the ones we need, right? So how can we filter through modules? Well, there are several ways to do it. First, at the very top left here, if we know the name of a module, we can simply type it like top menu, and you can see the module will be the only the matching modules will appear in the list. In this case, we only have one module whose name contains top menu, so this will be the only one displayed. Of course, this implies that you really need to know at least approximately the name of the module you're looking for. Right below it, we have categories, and yeah, there are many categories as well, but the ones you will probably be using more, at least when first starting out and customizing your store, are four. So front office, features here, advertising and marketing, shipping and logistics, and then payments and gateways. So let's go through them as well. Front office features, let me click on it. This is a generic container for modules. especially usually, unless there's some kind of error by a developer, should contain modules that are displayed in the front office and so visible to your clients, and they can span from social links to the contact information block. You can see in the footer or header, to the slider, the top menu, and so on. This is why actually this is such a big category. As you can see, a lot of models. Advertising and marketing. As the name suggests, it holds everything related to promotions, from ad blocks to customer referrals, follow-ups, and so on. Notice there is a social sharing module here as well, which is different from the social block that was in the front office features category, as this will display sharing options on the product page, while the other one will only show links to your social pages in the footer. Next up, shipping and logistics. Here it will be possible to add any shipping and install any shipping related module. Notice, of course, that this is not where we manage carriers. Even if, for example, there is a UPS, here should be FedEx, FedEx as well. Because there is Prestashop has a specific and separate section for that, which we will cover in the next video. Then lastly, payments and gateways contains all payment methods that allow, of course, customers to check out and pay for your products. And here already you can see a wide selection of even really famous methods, PayPal, and because they have a partnership with Prestashop, as far as I know, Authorize, and of course we have traditional payment methods such as bank wire or cash on delivery or check payments. And these are, of course, available for free. Now, since we're talking about payment modules, I'd like you to notice one thing, and that is these modules can be restricted in various ways specifically. Let's see how. So in the left-hand panel under modules, let's click payment. Right away you can see a list of the payment modules currently available, both installed and not installed. Scrolling down, there are 3 different restriction types available: by currency, group, and country. So, for example, if we don't want or can't for some reason accept bank wires in dollars, we can simply, in this case we only have one currency, so it's not ideal to do this, but say if we have multiple currencies, just untick bank wire here and save, so that a customer checking out with dollars as selected currency will not even see the bank wire payment options. Groups, we briefly mentioned it in the previous video, or one of the previous anyway, and here it's mostly useful if you're, for example, accepting guest orders and don't want non-registered users to have access to some methods. You could as well maybe use this to promote registrations and only allow the best methods for registered customers. Lastly, country, it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Some payment methods might need to be restricted by country for any reason, especially maybe checks and bankwire, but also some virtual platforms. Notice that the invoice address will be taken in consideration to judge which country the user is from. Okay, I think we're done with this, so let's go back to the models list. So if we scroll down here, at the very top of the models list, you can see we have a category name, favorites. If there are some modules you use more frequently than others, for example, then you can put them inside this category for easy access. How to do it? Well, on the side here, you can see, we have a drop-down menu next to the action, to the main action currently available for a module. I already mentioned these buttons, but we didn't see the drop-down yet. So this drop-down contains a list of action that may change depending on the current module state. Of course, if it's installed, or as you can see here, it's different. You cannot use any other action than mark as favorite on non-installed modules, for example. Well, as I clicked this already, I will mark as favorite this authorize.net module. Let's see. And right away, you can see favorites now says 1. Now, let's see an install module bankware, why not, to see, to have a look at which actions we have available here. Configure is usually the main one. In this case, it says update as it needs to be updated, so Prestashop says at least. But as I always say, don't do this without having a backup. But anyway, configure is usually the main action for install modules. Then we have various disable options, as you can see here: reset, uninstall, we already saw mark as favorite, and delete. Uninstall and disable might be a bit confusing. So uninstall completely removes the module from the store. So any type of configuration will usually at least be removed, while disable simply hides it from the site or temporarily disables its functionality on various devices also since 1.6, as you can see here, mobiles, tablets, and computers. I should say that you should be really careful with delete, as that will totally, completely wipe the model out of your store with files as well. So make sure you only delete something you will not need in the future, or you have a backup of. Now, why don't we go ahead and try and configure a module? Let's see, perhaps the categories block. Yeah, configure. So this is the models configuration page. Most of the models will have a similar configuration page with fields like the maximum depth here, radios, or checkboxes sometimes. And I should mention that some modules also have standalone tabs as well. In that case, they can be accessed from the left menu here. There will probably be a new entry here or in one of these sub-menus to access the specific modules configuration page. Anyway, let's say we want to sort categories by name, so alphabetically, and toggle off, why not, the animation on click, so that we can always see the full category tree in the block, and then save. Now if we reach the front office where I have maybe in a category, where I have the categories block, here you can see the difference from before, and let me go back and show you. If I enable dynamic, apart from the sort by order, is also that you don't have that plus, right? So really easy to configure. But we had to scroll down a lot to reach this module and see its new appearance. So as it's placed at the far bottom, it's a bit hidden. To decide, maybe why don't we move it up, and yeah, let's take this chance and have a look at modules positions. So from the back office here, modules positions, and here we are. Well, we already saw how to move them, modules, using the live edit, but this can be done manually as well. Right away, you can notice these blue titles here, and modules names like layer navigation block underneath, and the number of models. Well, these blue titles indicating the sections are known as hooks, which is the standard term in Prestashop to name the various places where module can be plugged in. Well, this is not a lesson about hooks, of course, so I have a separate one about it, although it's maybe a bit outdated. Anyway, there are visual hooks used to display module templates in the front office or also the back office, but generally used and most widely used as there were a lot really in the front office, and then action hooks used to perform various actions. Well, but again, this is a bit off for this kind of lesson. It's a bit of a deep topic for the 101 series. So let's focus back on our category module. Locate, and I will use a search here, of course, left column here, display left column, which is the name of the hook for the left column blocks. And then let's see where a categories block is here at the end. So I will drag up and maybe up again to the first position. Okay, changes should have immediate effect, so let's go back. Yep, here is our categories block right at the top of our column. But you know what? There are way too many elements in the left column now, so why don't we go ahead and stick the categories block to the right one. So first, let's unhook it by going back to the list, clicking the down arrow here and unhook. This removes the module from the current position, but of course keeps configuration, and it doesn't disable it, just visually removes it, or if it's an action, for some reason you want to get rid of that action, it just doesn't execute the module in that position. And then click Transplant a module here on the toolbar. And we can use this page to stick any module to a new position. Please notice though that you cannot do it everywhere. I mean, you cannot place a module wherever you want, but just to hooks that are supported in the module's core file. Of course, it can be extended, but it requires some PHP knowledge, so you should better not do it unless you are a PHP coder. In any case, let's choose the categories block here, categories block, and then hook into display right column. Might take a while to get accustomed to these terms, but you know there is a more helpful name maybe on the within parentheses. So right column blocks. And you might have noticed, of course, this exceptions tab. What are exceptions? Well, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation when you don't want a specific module to appear for a specific page for any reason. And if so, you can click and add any of these pages to the exceptions list. And of course, this specific module's hooked to this specific position will not be shown on that page. So I can't remember now if we have, let's see a product page. Okay, we don't have any other columns here, but if I were to choose product here, the categories block would have not been available in the right column on the product page. Anyway, we don't need this, so we'll just get rid of it and hit save. Let's see if it works. No, refresh. Yep, as you can see here, now we have the categories block inside the right column. Well, okay, we're almost done, I think, for this lesson. Right, as a very last step, of course, we have to know how to add new modules, because it's obvious we will never find ourselves in a situation, or maybe, well, unusual at least, of being totally satisfied with the default modules only. So you can find models in various places, of course, in the web, starting from the official add-on store at addons.prestashop.com. But and you can find them both paid and free models, although free models should be now available directly from the backend as well, as far as I notice. Or you can rely on single developers stores. And of course, in this case, I will have to plug my website, my own model store, store.nemops.com, where I have a good selection of both free and paid models, lots of free ones. Actually, let me show you. Well, I have 9 free models. Useful one, rich snippets with breadcrumbs, theme extender for Prestashop 1.6. This is really sleek if you want to customize the default appearance of Prestashop. Anyway, generally, when buying directly from a developer site, I said general, not always, there are higher chances to get quicker support. Once you get the models archive, and in this example, we will use my cache and delivery with V. I think I downloaded that. Well, you can simply go to the models list, add new module here, choose, select the models archive, open, and then upload. As simple as this, really. And if we scroll down, you can see already it's appeared here in the models list. Selected already, of course, because it's more convenient. A small mention before finishing with the video. Since the latest version Prestashop, and let's see if this does, this should be, yeah, I think this will. Yeah, Prestashop warns you if you try to install a module that doesn't come from the official add-on store. I think it's a bit of a heavy warning, so don't be scared by it. Models from the add-on store can be equally broken as ones from developer sites, as bugs always happen. Mine usually work, but anyway, really don't be scared about it. Keep using or start using, why not, keep or start using developer websites, support developers, because not just because I do it, of course, maybe also because of that, but I think it's worth also supporting developers directly and credit them for their work. Anyway, I think this is, let's close this and proceed with installation. Okay, so this is everything, I think, we covered about everything about modules, yeah, for now. So again, if you need others, make sure you check out store.nemops.com. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video.